Hey everyone, Kathy Shrowing here, physical therapist for ReNu Physical Therapy and Wellness. And today I have a special guest with me here today, Julie Estes, who is a nutritionist with Whole Truth Health and Nutrition. So Julie, this time of the year, a lot of people, are thinking holidays, holiday parties, big family dinners, and there's a lot of food. Lots of fun food.
Yes.
So the question often comes up, how does one make healthy choices during this time, or what are some tips to help keep eating healthy?
Well, those are good questions, and as a nutritionist, I want to make sure that people know that I'm not just like, don't have fun, don't celebrate, because celebration and being with family and food is a really, really big part of it.
It really is.
So we can't just say, don't do that, don't have any fun, don't. But the key I think is to not just think about holiday eating. The better you eat overall for the rest of your life, then it's okay. So the thing is if you eat great 90% of the time, you can certainly splurge and enjoy foods that aren't, say, perfect, that other 10%.
Yeah.
So the key is where your baseline is. The problem with poor holiday eating is people tend to eat poorly for a long time, and then their holiday eating is even worse.
Yeah.
So to me, I'm not a big fan of diets. I'm not a big fan of, restricting yourself and, thinking that way. But to kind of make your baseline better so that when you splurge, it doesn't hurt anything.
Exactly. Yeah.
Does that
So
make
that you don't
sense?
have that feeling of deprivation.
Exactly.
That I always dislike that word diet, because you think, I like to think it as an eating plan. You plan what you're going to eat.
Exactly.
And including planning for fun foods.
Exactly.
Yes.
And dieting is just such a strange thing. It's almost like all or nothing. It's like you're either thinking, I'm starving myself, doing all this, I'm eating celery and carrots, or I'm just going off the other way, into just whatever you want. And I think just to have a good, healthy relationship with food and yourself, means that you're respectful of yourself and your body. You're not indulgent.
I like that. Respectful of yourself.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah, so it's not like, yourself. You want to be kind to yourself, but you don't want to be indulgent to yourself, right?
So Julie, you had mentioned earlier when we were talking off camera, a few hints that you would have for people. I think one of them you said about portioning.
Yes.
I'll let you explain that.
Okay.
Better she than me.
Well, I love sweets. I love cheesecake, and I love cookies and brownies, and I love all of those things. So, part of is psychologically, if you have a cookie that's this size, and you eat 3 of them, you think, well, I only ate 3 cookies. So I would say if you're the one that's cooking or doing the cutting, make your cookies little miniature size. Take a sample of everything. I mean, do you really need a huge piece of cheesecake? Have you ever gotten a huge piece of cheesecake, but you loved the first few bites, but by the end of it, you're like,
that was too much.
Right?
I've said that before.
So really, all you need is a sampling, right? Just a little piece. Try it all, but try a little piece of it. If you made your cookies tiny and you ended up, after 5, you're probably thinking to yourself, oh, I've had 5 cookies. I need to stop. But you understand how you actually had less than if your cookies were big. So I would say, don't deprive yourself of that delicious cheesecake or whatever, but take a little tiny piece of it instead of a great big slice, and get used to thinking, that quality, enjoying that small amount of quality instead of the quantity that we tend to go kind of nuts on, right?
That is some good thing. I also heard someone once hinted that a good strategy was eat the thing that you most want to eat. Don't think, I have to eat all these healthy things and then get my grandma's stuffing or my aunt's special casserole dish that you've been dying for all year. It's like, go ahead and have that special treat.
Sure. Prioritize what you want. Yeah, and so if I'm doing like a Thanksgiving meal or a Christmas meal, what I like to do is kind of keep my meal, if I know, and I love dessert, y'all, I'm not going to lie, I do. I'm a nutritionist and I love desserts. But I want to keep my meal kind of on a paleo end so that I'm eating the meats and the proteins and lots of vegetables and fruits. And so I would avoid the bread. I would avoid some of this, just what I consider starches. Me personally, I would avoid macaroni and the bread and the rice. In my mind, they're just fillers, you know. But that's so that my getting my nutrition there from my meal, and then because the carbs, you know, carbs just end up as sugar anyway, right?
Yes.
So when you eat like pasta, you eat rice, it is also processing in your body as sugar. So we do have to keep in mind, because sugar balance is probably the number one really thing that will help your health. So you keep in mind, if I've had potatoes, I've had bread, and some macaroni and cheese, and then I go and have dessert, you see what your sugar is just like
that makes sense.
off the charts, right? But if I kind of stick with the proteins and the vegetables, I'm getting the fiber, I'm getting the, you know, vitamins and all of that. Then when I have my sugar, which is my dessert, which I'm not going to have a ton of, but I'm going to have a little bit of, it's not sending my sugar levels through the roof.
That's a good strategy. Really good information.
Yeah.
Any other helpful hints?
That's all I can think of at the moment.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Try again later.
Well, Julie, thank you so much for joining me
you.
today and for
Yeah.
giving these helpful hints, and it was just fun doing a video with somebody else.
I know, right?
Well, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, go ahead and post them below. You can also contact ReNu Physical Therapy at 803-216-5140, either by phone or text. And if you wanted to contact Julie at Whole Truth.
Yeah,
Health
I love
and
it. If you
Nutrition.
go to my website, I have recipes and things like that, wholetruthhealth.org. Just go there and you'll find all my contact information, but you'll find some really cool recipes too.
Ooh,
Yeah.
exciting. I'll have to look later on. Well, thank you for watching.
Yes, thank you. Happy holidays. Click, we can